Hey guys, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are working on an 8x8 canvas. We have Viridian mixed with the house paint pouring medium. We have fluorescent pink. We have primary cayenne. We have pink grapefruit from Color Art Primary Elements. We have golden nickel from Color Art. We have, I want to say that one's Indian yellow from Josanya. Okay, I'm using PPG Multi-Pro in eggshell, white and pastel beige as our pillow. And I'm going to be using this metallic pink that I created with Australian floetrol. Mixed 3.5 to 1 is how I mix mine. 3.5 parts floetrol, 1 part paint. Okay, and we're just going to spread it across our palette knife. Need a pretty thin layer of it. We don't need a big, huge, thick layer, but I did put thick layers, I'm not going to lie. And then I'm going to swipe slowly across the canvas. This is double time, so do that about half the speed of what you're seeing. Now, like I said, I'm just pouring it onto the back of my palette knife, and then I'm going to pour off any excess back into the container, and then I'm going to drizzle some black, also mixed with Australian floetrol. This is Oxide Black by Amsterdam. And I'm just going to continue to swipe slowly across the canvas. This is going to be my background, so I want to put cells everywhere. That's what I'm wanting, is cells everywhere. I know a lot of this is going to spin off, but what don't spin off, I want to have cells. So I'm just doing some background swipes at this point. Okay, and I'm filling in the edge here. I noticed I didn't have enough pillow there, so I'm going to put some pillow around these edges that I feel like it's not going to come off easily on. Now I'm laying down my paints in just a little teeny puddle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swap. I'm going to swap my colors after I get them all laid down. You want to start with your most opaque and work to your most transparent. Usually that means starting with your lighter colors and working to your darker. Most of mine are transparent already, so just make sure you pay attention, because it does affect how it comes out. If you put your most opaque on the bottom, you get better results. I'm just now getting back into paint pouring, so what I'm doing is not perfect. I'm just playing. I am just getting back in the groove, learning my consistencies again. I feel like such a beginner, but this is one of my favorite techniques right here. I created this technique. I call it the lily swipe. You just swipe out the petals of the flower. You pull the colors from the center and just swipe them out instead of blowing them out like a balloon. You get a beautiful flower, usually. Like I said, I'm practicing, guys. I'm getting back in the groove. Mine does come out pretty awesome. I love the way it came out. But I have done a lot better. Okay, I'm using this white cell activator, but I'm noticing it's not making a lot of cells. I have been struggling with my white cell activator. I don't know what it is. I've mixed it the correct consistencies. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my white. My white's just not selling up the way I want it to. I don't know if I need to add more floetrol or add more paint, but one of the two. I've got to adjust that white and get it right. Now I'm spinning it out slowly, guys. Like I said, I'm going at double speed right here. So you want to spin at half the speed I'm spinning, which is hard to tell when you see something spinning how fast you need to go, but you need to go super slow when you first start until all your paint comes off the edges of your canvas, and then you can speed up. But you want to go super slow. Take your time with this. Don't get in a rush. Okay, I've got it all spun out, and like I said, my cells are just not looking good with that white. So I decided I'm going to go back in and I'm going to change that. I don't like the way that it's looking at all. I mean, it looks yucky to me. I put some more white down and I tried to swipe with it. Wasn't loving that swipe. So I decided to switch gears and grab my pink that I had made, because I know it sells up really good. And I decided that I'm going to swap the flower portion with the pink. I'm going to re-swap it out. You see all those cells popping up with it? That's what I was looking for with my white, and that's not what I got. So I'm re-swiping my flower with the pink, which I'm so glad I've done this because of the fact that it really brought out the petals. Because before you couldn't see the petals. It was just like a big colorful blob. But now I've got my petals back. I've got some color. That pink really highlights them. I'm just going to continue to swap out my petals here. And then I'm going to move down to the stem I made. My stem is huge. But I'm okay with it. I love the abstractness of it. And I'm just going to put a black swipe over top of that stem. Kind of give it a little something different. Because, like I said, I'm not loving the way I wasn't getting sales with that white. I'm going to spin this on out. It's about as spun out as it's going to get. So I'm going to leave it be. I'm going to let it set. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to do some black highlights. I didn't record that part, but I am going to highlight my petals with a little bit of black. You'll see at the end of the video. Here it is, where I just done some embellishing here. I just highlighted my petals. That's all I did. And look how gorgeous it is. I love it. I think it turned out awesome. Thank you guys for watching. You have a beautiful, blessed Friday.